In today's video, I got the chance to interview a head moderator for Roblox Rivals.
Yeah, I think I know more about this game than literally anyone else alive.
I asked him a lot of questions like this. Where do you think Roblox Rivals will be in 5 years from now? I found out some really shocking discoveries about Rivals that I bet none of you guys knew about. There's a lot of things we're going to talk about in this short amount of time, so I hope you're ready. I'm with Pei right now, an ex-lead moderator for Rivals, is that right?
That is correct, yeah, I was in charge of the game moderation team, and I indeed worked at Matchmaking Games.
And this dude's absolutely insane. Thank you so much for being a part of this video. How much hours do you have on Rivals?
Let's see. So in-game, I've got 22 days of playtime.
I
used to be pretty high.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I peaked at top 3 all time in the streak leaderboard, but then I just stopped playing a little while ago. So fortunately, it dropped a little bit.
Alright, wow. That is insane. So you were an ex-mod?
That is correct, yeah. I stepped down about 2 weeks ago.
Alright, so here's how this video is going to work. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions that me, myself, and probably the Rivals community would like to know, because obviously you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot more knowledge than any casual Rivals player. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into it. What's something you feel that people should know about moderation for Rivals that a lot of people don't know about? Like, what's some light that you can shine on that?
Ooh, that's actually a really good question. The biggest thing is people understand that we need to give a certain level of privacy to both parties, right? When you're reporting someone, we don't want you to know everything about the situation, and we don't want to give away a statement. We don't want to be like, oh yeah, we think that guy's cheating, but we can't ban them. So if we're sending in a report and we're closing it by saying insufficient evidence, we're not necessarily saying that we don't think the guy is cheating. We just think that we need more to be certain of it. So never be afraid to send it in again if you get more.
And how does that process work of banning people? Like, can you just ban them, or do you have to report it to someone higher?
Yeah, so obviously this isn't too secret. Everything is logged, so that way we don't make mistakes. If someone is banned, there's always evidence for it and a reason for it, which is why we can't just ban people based on your word. You need to send in like a video or at least screenshots.
I actually didn't know that, and I know a lot of my viewers probably didn't know that too, so thanks for telling me that. It's very interesting.
No problem.
So obviously you're comp in Rivals. Would you say you're one of the best Rivals moderators, skill-wise?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Who would have been better? Ooh, I don't know. Me and Wyatt were probably the 2 best, and X. Yeah, I think we're the 3 best for Amatash. Okay, now it's and Kent. Okay, it's getting bigger and bigger. But I was definitely one of the best, no doubt about it.
What were you like in your Rivals prime? Because obviously at one point you were the best version of yourself in Rivals. How good were you in your prime?
I can say with absolute honesty that, like, me and Wyatt in a 2v2, we could have beaten anyone in the world. Like, in Rand, we won like 300 games in a row without a single loss. We just beat everyone. And it wasn't just like, it wasn't just having mod perms or anything. Like, I play very unconventional. I can play any gun. I love the shield. I love my energy rifle. I love everything. Like, when you play against me, you're not playing against someone who's going to play the same strategy every round. I'm going to be changing constantly. You can never be comfortable against me.
So you're really good at Rivals.
Yeah, I'll say that. I mean, if I'm allowed to brag a little bit, I'll definitely say
go for it, man. That's awesome, bro. I freaking suck at Rivals. One question that I did want to ask for a while is, where do you think Roblox Rivals will be in 5 years from now? Because that's a good question. It's a question that me and a lot of people want to know, and you're probably a lot more knowledgeable than most people. So what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I think I know more about this game than literally anyone else alive. So Roblox games typically don't have a lot of longevity. They tend to last like a year then burn out. I think Rivals is a bit different though. There's a very strong core to this game in terms of the like the only other really good FPS on Roblox right now is Arsenal. Arsenal's another Arsenal's been around for like 5 years now, I think. Something like that. It's a really long time. It's still going pretty strong. I think Rivals probably shrink a bit, but it'll be around.
If we compare their player counts, Arsenal has 10,000 concurrent players right now, and I believe Rivals has 140,000 right now. So
oh damn.
it's very
we're still
different.
Going strong.
Rivals is obviously a bigger game.
Yeah, and the thing with FPS games is that you don't have all the AFK bots that a lot of other Roblox titles have. It's actually a lot more accurate of a player-based representation.
You said something about that the game has like a very good core to it and stuff. Well, what do you mean by that? Like, do you think the game's going to last as like a game? Like, do you think the game's still gonna hold its ground 5 years from now, or what do you mean by that?
The actual genre of Rivals, it isn't like a tactical shooter. It's not like Counter-Strike or Valorant or Rainbow Six Siege or all these other FPS games. It's more of a classic arena shooter, like something from the year 2000, if you think about it. You know, you have no recoil, you've got really high mobility, you're constantly researching. It's a really fast-paced game. If you're looking for a fast-paced first-person shooter that isn't just like, you know, Battlefield or COD style, this is probably the best one out there, really. I mean, it's on Roblox too. I think that at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to find a game like this in the mainstream. Titanfall? Like, no one makes anything like this anymore.
I think it's a really good FPS game, especially for Roblox. I love how it's designed.
Yeah, certainly. Sensei Warrior is probably the most talented programmer I've ever met. He is just amazing at the amount of work he does. He's a true grinder.
Yeah, I do like the moderations and just the whole team for Rivals. I think it's really cool how Nazni really acknowledges the players and his community, also his content creators. A lot of game developers kind of struggle with that, and I think it's really cool that he does that. What do you think Nazni or any of the mods could do? I don't know if the game has like multiple game designers. I don't know how that works, but what do you think Nazni could add to Rivals that would make the game better?
Ooh, it's a bit of a difficult one. I actually gave a lot of suggestions when I was while I was working there, and a lot when I was leaving. So there's a lot of my thoughts have already been given to people up top who may see them implemented. I think one of the really big things is an alternating game mode system. So people love the classic game modes, but they also love these fun little custom ones. Having them rotate every week or every couple days would really increase player engagement, I think.
How would that look like? So basically, there's like a game mode.
It's like every like 2 days, for example, the special game mode of the day. You know, it might be the head honcho, it might be the chicken mode. You know, it would swap concepts so people can keep coming back and doing new things.
Instead of just 1 week, one news. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
The other thing would be improving the matchmaking algorithm, but unfortunately, it's a little bit hard.
How does the matchmaking algorithm work? Because I know it's supposed to pair you up with people around your same skill level, but sometimes I feel like that's not the case.
It's a little bit complex. So there's two primary factors to it. First of all, it has ELO brackets, which is approximately how skilled you are. It tries to prioritize matchmaking queue time over accuracy. So basically, it doesn't want you to wait a long time in the queue. It'll try and find someone approximately near your level and throw you in there. So if you're like Nemesis, you might get Onyx players, that sort of thing. It does need to be refined a little bit. The part where it gets really complex is the regional matchmaking. Basically, it sees what region you are in, as in the lobby leader, and then it tries to find another lobby in the same region, and then what region it loads you into is determined entirely by Roblox. They basically choose randomly. If there's not enough people in a region, like let's say it's late night in America and everyone's asleep, it'll start putting you in European servers.
Wow, that was a lot.
It's way more complex. I made it simple there. I could go on for hours.
That's okay. Wow. I didn't know that, and I'm sure a lot of my viewers didn't know that. A bit of a different question, but still kind of on topic. What's your favorite thing about being a moderator for Nazni Games and Roblox Rivals?
Oh man, so there's a couple of things that are really nice. The one thing I'll have to admit, obviously I don't do it very often, but there is that feeling when you're up against some random kid who's going, oh no, 10,000 streak, I'm gonna start flying, and you go, do you know who I am? Yeah. And you get to see that moment of fear where they go, oh crap, I made a mistake. Like, it never gets old. It never gets old.
Well, what's the funniest experience you've had being a mod in Roblox Rivals, actually?
Probably, oh man.
I know you have a lot.
So like I have a lot. There's so many. My favorite one probably joining my good friend Slingshot Boy, very close friend of mine. Like while he was recording a video, I just loaded into his lobby. Yeah, of course. He's a great friend of mine.
Oh my gosh, wow.
I joined into his lobby while he was playing a game, because I can do that, magic powers. And he was up against some guy flying, and then the guy goes, oh my god, is Slingshot Boy and paying the price? Can I please have Screeny? And this kid, in full sincerity, wanted to get a pic with us. So I said, okay. He stopped flying. We took a screeny with him, and then he banned him.
That's crazy, man. How long have you known Slingshot Boy for?
I think a little bit after I started playing. You see, I used to host competitive tournaments. This one I did a lot of, and he used to show up in them and just sort of watch them. And that's when I first started talking to him. And when I first became like a Discord mod, because I used to be a Discord mod before a game mod, that was when I started chatting to him daily.
Well, that was a lot, and thank you so much for your time. If there's anything else you want to say, that you feel like my viewers or anyone just watching in general should know about yourself or just Rivals? Go ahead and say it now.
So one thing that I've always wanted to, I've had ideas of like doing community outreach, like telling people about the game, giving lots of updates, talking about, but the problem is a lot of this community is just quite mean to the mods. They've got a lot of problems. They're always complaining about something. So as a community, it's just not easy to talk to. I feel like the game would be a lot better if people just cut a little bit of slack. If you've got a ticket and it's been it hasn't been looked at for an hour, I mean, maybe we're just busy. There's thousands of people getting reported. If you report someone that don't get banned, maybe it's never ending. It's really complex, and we know a lot of things people don't know. So something that looks like obvious cheats. I mean, there are secret bugs in this game that we never like let the public know about. So sometimes, you know, like, there's a bug. It's been in the game since day one. I think we patched it recently, where on round start you could fly up into the air if you were really laggy.
If there's one thing that you could tell my viewers watching right now, and I'm sure you probably get this a lot, I'm sure a lot of people come up to you and say, how do I become a mod? All this and that. And I know it's a lot more complex than that. I know Nazney's not just going to give everyone mod. What do you want to say about that?
I actually know a lot because I was in charge of hiring. I hired about 10, I think, of the existing game moderators. It's about half the team. Well, really, how it works is we don't particularly care about your in-game skill. In fact, being someone who's a super toxic tryhard is not going to help your chances. We're looking for people who are mature, ideally adults, someone who's like already worked at a job before. They know how to be professional. Someone who's reliable. If you have all of those traits, you're well known in the community, you interact a lot with, you know, the mod team, just people in general, you've got a good shot. That's pretty much all you need to it. And when it's a Discord mod application, put one in, have a go.
Where can they fill that out?
Nadia announces those periodically. It's a bit of a Thunderdome situation. Well, she'll do an everyone pay. Well, she'll do a ping to all the higher roles and then those need server and go fill out applicants, and then they get 1,000 applicants in 2 days. That's basically when it happens. It's periodic.
So just be mature, have a lot of connections, maybe have a lot of experience in moderation or in the job.
Ideally.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's very interesting.
I think one thing that I really have to say, the most important thing of all, subscribe to Kevin's Cooked. He's a great guy.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. If you guys want to know more information about this, I actually did a 24-hour live stream where me and my friends actually talked to you. We deep dove into a lot of questions. You actually answered a lot of my questions back then. All right, Pay.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for being a part of this video. We'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe.